Hello, guys. Welcome to our podcast channel. This is Karthik,
And this is Aafreen.
and we are going to review the movie Vicky Vidya ka Woh Wala video. Before I can get into the review, I didn't expect much from the movie, although the director of the movie has a Guinness Book of World Record on his name. He's written 625 scripts of comedies. He's written these comedy scripts for, I think, Comedy Circus and Kapil Sharma's show or something. I don't know the exact things that he's written for, but they are all comedic scripts. And you will know from the brand of comedy that he's been writing what kind of director he is. Also, he made his debut as a director with Dream Girl, which became a big hit. He followed it up with Dream Girl Part 2, which was also a big hit. And I think this is his third movie, a theatrical movie. I think he's done a couple of OTT movies, but this is his third theatrical movie. So, from the trailer and from the background of the director writer, you know this is going to be a madcap entertainer. That's what such movies are called, right? And the premise is also something like that. So I didn't expect anything from the movie. I thought it's going to be okay. It's going to make me laugh a little bit. But on Thursday evening, which is the regular day, right, in Tampa,
That to
we
8
played
p.m.
8 p.m. show. The theater was 100% full. A little bit here and there, a couple of seats empty, but
Yeah, first two rows.
yeah, and I haven't seen personally. I haven't seen a lot of movies in Tampa. Afreen has seen more movies than me. I haven't seen any theater so full even on Saturdays. So
Yeah.
this was a huge surprise to me. Obviously, all Indians, and they had so much fun in the movie that it increased the fun quotient of the movie while we were watching it. It's like when so many. I always believe that watching movie in a theater is a collective experience, and when you have collective laughter and collective claps and whistles in a movie, it makes the movie viewing a little more better. Most people from based on the trailer would know the premise of the movie. So it's a couple, newly married couple, and they take a video of
The
them doing
first
the
time.
honeymoon, the first night, and that DVD or that CD gets robbed. There is a thief who robs everything in their house and it gets robbed. So the whole movie is about them trying to get that CD back. So that's the main premise of the movie.
I'm
But
searching for that thief in the poster, but he's the only one missing, I think.
I have him on our presentation. He's very famous Hyderabadi guy. He's one of I think Angrez or something he's made. He's super famous in Hyderabad,
Oh, okay.
and people laugh at his Hyderabadi accent and his joke. And I haven't found him funny before, but in this movie I found him very funny. I loved
Yeah.
his accent and the way he did it. So this movie is all about characterization. It is
Yeah.
all about crazy characters, crazy lines. Dialogues are crazy, funny, and hence
Every
and
single line is funny. Like he can bend every single line into like twist it into a fun thing. Like when they get married and he says कि बस अब पोता हो जाए तो मैं परलोक सिधार जाऊंगा and Rajkumar says कितना बुरा दिखेगा क्या कि आप सीधा मर ही जाओगे. There's one more joke so when that Arab guy comes from Dubai, right? So then I think कि अभी तो कोई ऐसा joke नहीं होगा यार. वो गाड़ी में है, they are checking the car and तो गाड़ी check करते time he says कोई ऊँट ऊँट है क्या? ऊँट गाड़ी में. So बहुत ही every single line is funny and it's very mad funny and sometimes in the theater I was the only one laughing and like I don't know if I laugh easily or not. I think I don't laugh that easily. So when I'm the only one laughing, sometimes I feel कि अरे सिर्फ मुझे ही क्यों funny लग रहा है, मैं ही ज्यादा पागल हूँ क्या? I was very glad to see Tripti attempting a comedy so soon in her career. And if she tries a variety of roles, that will automatically build a repertoire of a variety of roles. When we recall after 20 years what Tripti has done, this will probably be one of her best because of the variety that she has done, Animal and this.
The best part of the movie, as Afreen already mentioned, is the characterization of every single character.
Yeah.
And let me open my presentation before I start talking about it. So we'll start with Rajkumar Rao's character. And Afreen, you have to do most of the heavy lifting in this podcast. I want you to talk more about all these characters. So let's start with him.
I mean, Rajkumar Rao plays the Mehndi guy, the guy who applies Mehndi in weddings, and it sounds almost impossible that somebody like that could marry a doctor. But given the fact that they are neighbors and there is a whole history of them being childhood sweethearts, you kind of buy into it. And initially, Rajkumar Rao, even on her engagement, is very nonchalant about it. Like, there's no seriousness. So that's good. Like, it kind of builds a premise of a very nonsensical movie that's coming to you. So, yeah, he's nonchalant and he applies Mehndi on her hand. And that's where something is written on in the Mehndi, which kind of leads to in the break of her engagement with that Sardarji. And so yeah, the premises said that this is going to be absolutely nonsensical, and the setting is already set in 90s, so you kind of expect ठीक है 90s में तो थोड़ा बहुत suspension of belief चलता था, तो you kind of like हाँ 90s है, ठीक है, थोड़ा innocence and थोड़ा suspension of belief, all that
Right,
goes
right.
into the cinema making of the 90s. So
Exactly. So yes, his character reminded me of the character from Stree, but he was very funny. I think he needs to get credit. He lifts up the movie with his comedic lines and his timing, his delivery, is all his movies, recent movies, whether it's Stree or whether this movie, he deserves credit for it. And I think he's building a good database of movies for himself, right? Now with Stree
he's
before, with
incredible. Yeah.
Vicky Vidya, Bareli Ki Burfi, his character was superb in that. Rajkumar Rao is considered a serious actor. He's done movies like Shayad. So and then he does these movies.
Yeah, the same is said for Tripti as well, that she's done dramatic roles, horror movies, now comedy, and yeah, everything. So it's a good repertoire to build.
I think Animal really changed everything for her. Or Laila Majnu, which did like 6 crores in its first run, or less than that probably, made 9 crores when it was re-released recently. So, things have really changed for her and hopefully for her producers as well.
Yeah,
So that's a
hopefully
good
that.
thing for her.
Yeah.
Okay, now these are the two characters. So Vijay Raz has been a constant in Raaj Shaandilyaa movies. I think he loves Vijay
Oh,
Raz. Yeah, like Dream Girl. He plays a very important character in Dream Girl as
Vijay
well.
Raj is outstanding in this movie. He does the role really well, and there is a certain flavor given to the role where they say something impossible and then they say, मैं होता तो ऐसा नहीं कहता, something like that, right? And
Right, right.
Malika also plays on those words later in the movie. So very good writing. Like I absolutely enjoyed both the characters. Malika Sherawat and Vijay Ras both do a good job at comedy, and the characters are like a good, like the protagonists are not the only people in the movie. There are other people in the movie.
Yeah, he's got a song because the movie is set in 90s and Kumar Sanu was the biggest name of the 90s. You have so many Kumar Sanu songs playing all through the movie. I think it's a good tribute that they gave. I have a friend who is a big Kumar Sanu fan, so and I have told him watch
I
this
mean,
movie
those
because there is so
songs
much
are
credit
like
to
so
it.
soulful. There is this store called Patel Brothers in Tampa. Every time you go, they play like 90s ka songs, and you're like, ah, ये प्यार सच्चा प्यार था, उस जमाने का प्यार
Yeah,
सच्चा प्यार था. Nowadays, if you see a Devdas like character, you call him a loser. But if you want to find love in your life, you want to die for that love and do anything for that love. But nowadays, it's like move on. That's not healthy. But those songs, Kumar Sanu songs, are like. They come from the heart, like they touch your soul, they touch you, deep inside something. It feels as if it was true love. Those were the days of true love, the 90s. True
absolutely.
innocence and true love. We were teenagers in 90s, so we kind of have that ideology and that moral thing ki, the first guy we meet, we are going to fall in love and we are going to get married to that person and all. Like, that's how we were. But coming back to Vijay Ras, so they don't sit in the police station. They always stand because apparently Vijay Ras has spies. It is
Yes.
so hilarious that kind of concept is so hilarious. Put all the chairs on the side, and I was like, "Arey, कितना funny है ये चीज." And then I was surprised at my reaction in one scene where he is accidentally going to sit on the table, and I was like, "Oh!" I was like, मैं क्यों ये कर रही हूँ? But you kind of totally believe that he has files. इतनी देर उसको चलाते वो concept को कि I was like, अरे यार कैसा ये reaction
And
कैसे आता
he
होगा?
also reacts that way, right? He also immediately gets up, no? After he
He
sits.
gets up, that is fine. He's the character, but audience को क्यों लग रहा है कि उसको सच में files और audience like, बैठ मत. Like ये
True, true,
बहुत
true.
बहुत strange reaction था मुझसे. And I was like, wow, यार, that is really something. Like, that's a really good writing कि हमारे दिल के अंदर बैठ गया था कि उसको files है. सही था मतलब बहुत.
Exactly. And yeah, so there is romance shown between the two of them where Malika is obviously not interested. And she is one of those girls who guys fall head over heels. And she's also married several times, or she has a lot of boyfriends.
No, she just runs around, no, doesn't want to get married. If they want to get married, she runs away.
She's a sister of Rajkumar Rao. She lives in the same
And her
house.
name is Chanda.
Okay. And the Makarani's name is also Chanda. The servant's name is also Chanda. Yeah. Oh, we will be coming to very soon. So, anything else about these two people that you want to talk about? Or are you good?
No, they did a very good job.
Okay, now if you see on the top side, you have this guy handing over a handkerchief to Vijay Raj. He's the assistant police officer. Anything you want to talk about him?
No, again, the character was good, and there is again this ideology कि पुलिस से दुगुना मांगो तो आधा ही देती है. So something gets robbed in their house, right? Everything gets robbed, and they are like, क्या क्या चोरी हुआ है? तो they say, एक वीसीआर, then they
दो।
started saying दो वीसीआर, दो टीवी, तो they're like दो क्यों बोल रहे हो, एक ही तो चोरी हुआ। तो बोल रहे इनको दो बोलेंगे तो एक अपने पास रखेंगे और एक हमें दे देंगे। That is so
Yeah.
funny. And then even when Vijay Raj needs like 4 lakhs because Malika Sherawat wants that 4 lakhs. No, she wants 2 lakhs. But Vijay Raj is talking over the phone and then he tells to this assistant guy कि 4 लाख है क्या तेरे पास, तो वो भी आधा ही बोलता है, नहीं 2 ही लाख है, तो 2 ही लाख चाहिए होता है उसको। तो पुलिस पुलिस कोड भी यही है कि डबल मांगो तो आधा मिल जाएगा। Like that's so funny. Oh my God.
True. Okay, on the bottom screen, we have two important characters from the movie. Initially, you don't think they are that important, but towards the end, their importance increases. And you were saying something about it, right?
I was saying that they were not just props. Like no character in this movie is a prop. They have proper arc and they play important role. And these two guys also play very important roles in the movie. So that's I mean you should see that movie to discover it. But yeah, again,
Yeah.
good job. You kind of believe that he starts as a positive and ends in a negative way. But you believe that
Yeah.
he played villain in a lot of movies, I guess, right?
Yeah, he started as a villain, but then he moved to comedy through Rohit Shetty. Rohit Shetty has made him do a lot of comedy movies. So, but he started as कुत्ता काट के खाया, क्या है वो डायलॉग चाइना गेट में?
मैं कुछ तो करके आया, कुत्ता काट के खाया।
मेरे मन को बाया, मैं कुत्ता काट के खाया. That is China Gate. So he started with that character, which was a big villain, and then he transferred to comedy. So you see both the shades. Not a typical villain, but a little bit of negativity that is shown towards him. In fact, as I told before, when the movie becomes serious, it stops being good. So there is this portion of the movie which didn't work. It's a very small portion, like 2%, I
2
would
million.
say. Yeah. So, but it doesn't work. It becomes preachy and boring. But when it's funny, it's super funny. So
I mean, it is funny throughout, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so on the left, we have Tiku Talsania, a great comedian. He's done a lot of comedic roles and he had
Yeah.
a good funny role and good funny character in this movie. You want to talk
Yeah,
anything
he has
about
a
his character?
history of him being funny. So automatically you kind of are already in love with him. So it's just good to see him in a father's role and
Grandfathers, yeah.
क्या है उसके आंख के कैसा क्यों होता मुझे याद नहीं है बट एक लाइक कैरेक्टर है बट कैरेक्टर का भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि दिस नॉर्मल कैरेक्टर है, कुछ तो इसका एक आंख गायब है या क्या है। So
Yeah,
that's
and his equation with his servant
great.
or maid is very funny and they keep having a lot of comedy scenes around that.
I have
And
not given you salary because it's safe with me or something like that.
yeah.
Whenever she asks for money, it's like it's safe with me.
And when he's supposed to give 2 lakhs for the CD, he says 1,90,000 belongs to that servant. बाकी 10,000 हमारा है करके. और राइट हैंड साइड नीचे वाले में we have Ashwini
Isn't she
Kalsekar.
in every Rohit Shetty movie?
Yes, so these two characters they picked up from the Rohit Shetty
She looks very
movies.
small here. She's a well-built, tall lady, but she looks very demure and very tiny and petite here. I don't know why, but again, a very good job. And she's a gundi apparently in one scene, and the next scene we see her conducting yoga. Like, what the hell is going on?
And she has 2 henchmen who are super funny. Like,
Oh my
crazy level
God!
funny. I didn't get their photos or pictures
Oh,
anywhere.
they were Sunil Shetty's very, very bad copy, and they were hilarious. Oh my God.
That's the madness of this director, right? He creates characters out of nothing at times, I feel, and suddenly they just appear. And they don't even have any important role in the movie. They're just basic henchmen. But they are making so much impact in the movie. There is this whole big graveyard scene. And you have them, like, they're constantly trying to mimic Sunil Shetty. And both of them, right? 2 people, not 1 person.
And very
2
bad
people.
mimics.
And one of those mimics that is always made fun of. Anjali, as that kind of, mimicry. And they keep doing it throughout and
Oh my God.
it causes a lot of laughter.
That's what, like, a character is not a character. They have their own characteristic, which is so unique and so nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. And she's their boss and she is harassed by them because of their madness. So, yeah, she's funny. Okay, so the left guy is Mast Ali. And he's famous for that movie called Angrez, I think, if I'm not wrong. Hyderabadi
He's a
Nawabs,
Muslim.
Angrez, Angrez 2, Hyderabadi Bakra. So once again, the same guy who is a Kumar Sanu fan. He was living with me in Hyderabad and he used to ask me to watch these movies and he used to find them really funny. I didn't find them that funny, but I found his character super funny in the movie. And yeah, I mean, he's the guy who robs the house, who steals everything from the house. He goes into a coma. A lot of crazy things happen in this movie. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
good character arc for a thief also. Like he could have been a small part in the movie, but he has a big part, which is great. Great characters all around. Yeah.
On the right hand side, we have Manjot Singh, the guy from Udan and Fukre. So one scene, very funny. I love that entire scene. And I thought he would have more to do in the movie, but he did not. But nevertheless, in just one scene, he had some impact and he went to the left. So, do you have anything more to talk about it?
No, I did a good job.
Okay, the next slide we have Rakesh Bedi and Archana Puran Singh.
Again, very loved characters of old 90s
Television. Yeah.
television. And yeah, the history that they bring, you already know that they are going to be funny. And Rakesh Bedi is super funny in this movie. And again, they have characters like, they are not just normal people. One is a Sadaji and the other one wears this scarf and the sweater over the sari and all that, like
And
typical.
she keeps chewing tobacco and pan, and
Yeah,
there is this supposedly love-making scene between the two of them, and he's like, "Did you brush your teeth properly? You keep chewing pan. I don't feel like kissing you." The Rakesh Vidya and Archana Puran Singh trying to make love.
yeah.
So once again, as Aafreen mentioned, the characters have something different in them, and every single character. And the very funny scene where it says "Pota wala," you already mentioned that. So I always loved Rakesh Bedi. He came for the premiere of our movie Karma Strikes, and I was really blessed to have him come for the premiere and even spoke about the movie. And
Yeah, he said a wonderful line कि कर्मा स्ट्राइक करता ही करता है तो हमें पता नहीं है कि करने वाला है.
yes, and I wish to work with him very soon. And so I'm just glad that he's been getting good roles. He recently came in Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Uljha Diya as Shahid's father, and now in this movie as Rajkumar Rao's
Yeah.
father-in-law. So I'm glad that he's getting these roles, and once again, an actor who is so lovable and funny and makes you laugh. And he does the same thing here. The director has managed to get a wonderful cast. And I thought Dreamgirl also, one of the reasons why it worked so well was because of the characterizations and the characters. Do you remember do you remember Dreamgirl? Anu Kapoor's character is a Hindu, staunch Hindu guy. And then he falls in love with a Muslim girl and he becomes a staunch Muslim guy. He starts going weird. He speaks in Urdu. Earlier, he speaks in Spasht Hindi. Then he starts speaking Urdu. So he does a lot of funny things in his movies, the director. And I think,
I think the director is absolutely crazy. Like sitting with him and talking to him would be impossible because he can turn every line into a funny joke.
I think they have used all the opportunities to create comedy in this movie. One of those, Andaz Apna Apna type movies where there is comedy in almost everything, every sentence. And the only portion where it gets a little boring, as I said, it's just 2%, 2 minutes is towards the end where they become preachy. But forgetting that, it's total madcap entertainer. The movie is apparently not doing that well. It's doing better than Jigra. It's not doing that well. One of the reasons is apparently because of that Woh Wala video angle, was making the people believe that it's that kind of movie. Then maybe there is, and also there is Malika Sherawat, Tripti Dimri who's done Animal and all. So if people are getting confused because of the name, we want to tell you it's a very clean comedy. And it's very funny. It's got nothing with that Woh Wala video, it's just the premise. It's trying to set up the movie, but there is nothing vulgar in the movie. It's
Yeah.
the comedy is pure fun, crazy comedy. It's the kind of comedy that I think will connect to everyone. People love Kapil Sharma show. The people who love Kapil Sharma show are bound to love this because even Kapil Sharma show makes lines, small lines funny, right? And this is what this movie does. So we are recommending this movie very strongly. And I think Afreen liked it a little more than me, and she wanted to talk about this movie a lot more. And she has spoken
Oh,
probably
I
more than
love
me.
I have tried to write movies and how do you get into the details? Like that's what they say, right? God is in the details. So basically I like that it's not just funny, but every character has some quirkiness to them and they are not just characters. The way they dress, the way they think, the way they say, it's all different, right? Malika is hot. Archana Puran Singh has this scarf. Chanda is a maid who acts like as if she's the owner of the house, and every single character has some quirkiness to them, and the lines are funny. There is a concept, right? It's not. It's just not ki there's just fun going on. There is a concept ki since he has piles, nobody's allowed to sit, and things like that. It's absolutely madcap, absolutely hilarious. Must watch according to me. You hardly get to laugh so much. So yeah, instead of going back to old 90s classics like Andaz Apna, like let's give something new a chance as well. Like let's not fail this movie.
Absolutely.
Hollywood gives us some 10 good movies in a year. So this is a good one for sure. So go and enjoy it, and you'll love it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Absolutely. So we strongly recommend this movie. Please watch the movie and please let us know in our comments as to how you found the movie if you watched it after us. And if you've already watched it, how you found the movie and how you found a podcast in general. So thank you again for watching us. Keep watching.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you.